Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for Friday, October 24, 2025. And in the news this evening, Jamaica to be declared disaster area shortly. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says Jamaica is to be declared a disaster area shortly as the country remains on alert for Tropical Storm Melissa. Jamaica has been under a tropical storm warning and a hurricane watch since Thursday. Under the Disaster Risk Management Act, when the orders are proclaimed, which we expect that we will do a declaration possibly at the end of today or sometime early tomorrow, the Act will give certain powers that the administration and the various entities that are vested with these powers will use for the protection of life and property, he explained. Holness was addressing a special press briefing at the office of the Prime Minister on Friday. The Prime Minister urged the public to cooperate when the declaration is made. You can be assured that before any of these measures are taken, there will be consultation with the stakeholders and there will be adequate public notice so that everyone will know, Holness said. Meanwhile, he said measures will be taken under the Trade Act to prevent price gouging. I saw a picture recently of shelves in our supermarket and all the bread is gone. So people are taking precaution, stocking up on food, but it leads to a very important point that as these products become scarce, there may be persons tempted to raise their prices, and we will not have that during a disaster, and therefore the Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Senator Obin Hill, will shortly sign an order to this effect to prevent a price gouging, Holness said. Portlanders urged to bring 72-hour emergency supplies to shelters. Residents of Portland who will be going into shelters are being urged to take along food and supplies that can last up to 72 hours. Parish Manager for the Portland Office of the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, Maxwell Hamilton, made the call while addressing a meeting of the Parish Disaster Committee at the offices of the Portland Municipal Corporation on Thursday. This tropical storm is setting up to be an event that might go into several days. We wouldn't want to have to be rushing food into shelters because persons turn up with nothing, and we definitely can't put the lives of our officers at risk, Hamilton said. He called on councillors to assist in this regard. If you know persons in your divisions that are going into shelters, as far as possible, encourage the people to walk with the food that can last for at least 3 days, he said. In its 11 a.m. bulletin on Friday, the Meteorological Service of Jamaica advised that a tropical storm warning and hurricane watch remain in effect for Jamaica. A tropical storm warning means that tropical storm conditions, including possible sustained wind speeds of 63 to 118 kilometers per hour, are expected to affect Jamaica in 36 hours or less. Hurricane watch means that hurricane conditions, including sustained winds of 119 kilometers per hour or higher, pose a possible threat to Jamaica within 48 hours. Gully residents brace for heavy rain as storm approaches. As Jamaica prepares for the possible effects of Tropical Storm Melissa, residents of Gully in Mountain View, St. Andrew, spent Friday stacking sandbags along the gully to help prevent flooding. Long-time resident Hyacinth Thomas, who experienced severe flooding in the past, expressed a deep concern about the coming storm. Yesterday makes 26 years since my house washed away. The gully burst up there so, and they take away 2 houses them, and we not get nothing. So right now we're fretting, and right where I live, the gully dig out. So anyhow the rain come, it probably burst, Thomas said. She continued, me worried, because as we see little rain, we start fret. Because last night me go to church and the rain fall, and me start fret say I wonder if the gully go come down, and it go come over. Thomas, along with another senior who gave his name as Rennie, noted that they are prepared to evacuate to a nearby shelter should that become necessary. Me take up my clothes and put the bed and everything on a block to raise it higher. If it necessary, me going to my sister's house on the other side of Windward Road, he told the news. 23-year-old accused of gunpoint robbery in Mobay. A 23-year-old man has been charged with robbery with aggravation and assault occasioning grievous bodily harm following an alleged gunpoint robbery in July. He is David Goya of St. James. Reports are that about 9:30 p.m., Goya and 4 other men, armed with rifles and handguns, attacked a motorist who was parked along the Godfrey Dyer Boulevard in the parish on Sunday, July 20. The men allegedly forced the driver into the back seat of his Toyota Axio and drove towards the flankers, where they robbed him of 3 iPhones valued at approximately US $2,400, Jamaican $20,000 in cash, and bank cards. The man was later released and assisted by residents to the hospital where he was treated. A report was later made, and on Tuesday, August 5, Gaia was arrested during a police operation on Railway Lane, Montego Bay, and taken into custody. His court date is being finalized. St. Anne man freed of gun and ammunition charges. A man who was charged by St. Anne detectives for gun-related offenses on Tuesday was freed in the Parish Circuit Court. Alair Franklin of Discovery Bay, St. Anne, was on trial for illegal possession of a prohibited weapon, illegal possession of ammunition, and discharging a weapon in a public place. Those charges arose from an incident at a shop in Discovery Bay in October of 2019. The allegations are that on the night in question, Mr. Franklin brandished a gun and fired a single bullet. He was held and beaten by customers and handed over to the police along with a firearm. But on Tuesday, the prosecution offered no further evidence in the matter, as the investigating officer has resigned and the witness in the matter, including the person who reportedly disarmed Mr. Franklin, cannot be located. Mr. Franklin was admonished by the trial judge, Justice Simone Wolf-Rees, and discharged. Tropical storm Melissa causes at least 3 deaths in Haiti. 2 more deaths have been reported in Haiti associated with Tropical Storm Melissa, increasing the death toll to 3. Haiti's Civil Protection Agency says a landslide in Port-au-Prince killed 2 people and injured another on Thursday. Earlier this week, a large tree fell on an elderly man in southern Haiti and killed him, while 5 other people in the country's central region were injured in flooding. Up to 36 centimeters or 14 inches of rain is forecast for southern Haiti and the southern Dominican Republic, with higher amounts possible through Sunday. The storm has knocked out dozens of water supply systems in the neighboring Dominican Republic, affecting nearly 1 million customers. It has also drowned the trees and the traffic lights and caused the small landslides. Melissa is the 13th named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season and the first named storm to form in the Caribbean this year. 6 killed in new U.S. strike on alleged drug smuggling boat in Caribbean. An overnight United States strike on an alleged drug smuggling boat operated by a Venezuelan gang killed 6 people in the Caribbean Sea, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said on Friday. Overnight, at the direction of President Trump, the Department of War carried out a lethal kinetic strike on a vessel operated by Tren de Aragua, a designated terrorist organization trafficking narcotics in the Caribbean Sea, Hegseth said in a post on X. The vessel was known by our intelligence to be involved in illicit narcotics smuggling, was transiting along a known narco-trafficking route and carrying narcotics. 6 male narco-terrorists were aboard the vessel during the strike, which was conducted in international waters and was the first strike at night. All 6 terrorists were killed and no U.S. force was harmed in this strike, he continued. Hegseth further warned, if you are a narco-terrorist smuggling drugs in our hemisphere, we will treat you like we treat Al-Qaeda. Day or night, we will map your networks, track your people, hunt you down, and kill you. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.